All right, Moyo people, let's look at pillar number 2 in the mission statement of Moyo. Number 2, you remember number 1, to love without limits. Number 2, to give grace without hesitation. To give grace without hesitation. Now let me define grace to you, because sometimes I think it's important to know what we mean by the specific words. To me, grace means unmerited favor. In other words, giving someone else what they don't deserve. Like by your actions, maybe you deserved a punishment, but instead you get a favor. You get to be treated kindly. You get gentleness. You get love. That's what grace is. And what I'm saying is, my goal, my mission is to treat people with love even when they don't deserve it. To treat people with kindness even when they're not kind to me. So to give grace without hesitation. Now here's the thing about grace that I have found. The times when people need grace the most are the small moments in life. The little things that it seems like maybe don't even matter, but they do matter. I'm gonna give you some examples in my week of giving grace without hesitation. And they're small, but if I didn't give grace without hesitation, they could have blown up much bigger and affected both me and the individual. So in one case, I was simply at a convenience store getting a Pepsi. The price came back to $1.05. I'm standing at the counter. I got some $1 bills in my wallet. I hand the lady a dollar bill, but I didn't have a nickel in my pocket. I knew I had one in my car, but it was clear out on the other side of the parking lot. So I looked down and there's 10 pennies sitting in the little dish right beside her that she can use for change. I said, I hate to give you another dollar. I guess I'll just run out to my car and get a nickel. I have a nickel in my car. And she said, whatever you want to do. Now, I walked out to my car and I got that nickel. And as I was walking back in, I thought, I'd really like to tell her what I think. I'd like to tell her exactly what I'm thinking in my mind about her right now. But then I thought about, I am to give grace without hesitation. You know, she didn't deserve me to go in and be thankful, because she could have very easily pulled 5 pennies out of that dish beside her, but she didn't. She made me walk all the way out to my car. She had no regard for me at the time. But I walked back in, I gave her the nickel, I said, thank you so much, and took my pop and walked out. Now, there was a time when I would have had a thing or two to say about her, to her, and it would have blown up, and we'd have both gotten mad, and it would have had a bad effect on her and on me. But that's what giving grace without hesitation is about. I'll give you another example. This week, I had a comment on social media by someone, and the comment wasn't even about what the social media post was about. It was about something completely different. And a large part of me wanted to call her up and tell her exactly what I thought. But at the same time, I knew there was something behind her feelings. She was hurting, she was struggling, and I don't know exactly the walk that she's walking. So I decided this is a prime example to give grace without hesitation. And so I just took care of her concern and never said anything else derogatory or negative. Now that's hard for me. And I don't say this to boost myself up, because I'll admit clearly there are times when I falter and don't give grace without hesitation. But that's what the mission is about. This pillar of the mission is about every day finding a way to give grace without hesitation. Think about the without hesitation. That's the hard part. Because both of those examples that I gave you, that I gave grace, let me tell you, I hesitated. I wanted so bad to tell them what I think and to answer back with anger. Now, I didn't, but I did hesitate. And it's that hesitation, that moment of hesitation. What you do in the moment of hesitation defines you. And I've started to use that moment of hesitation as an opportunity to give grace. And so, even if I can't give grace without hesitation, if I can use that moment of hesitation to give grace, then I'm stepping closer to my mission. And when that happens, there are so many opportunities to inspire, to encourage, to lift up. So let's moyo everywhere we go and give grace without hesitation.